Hello and welcome to City Connections. We have a special treat for you today. I'm here with Jim Dykes, our new Assistant Superintendent of the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department. And we're out at the reservoir, which a lot of people have never been to in our community. We have many roads that bring us back here. It's well off the road where you can come down Silvernook Drive off of 27, or you can come off of the new Reed Parkway. Brings you right back in here, and you will be very, very surprised once you get back here. The greatness of this park and all the special places and different things that you can do while we're here. So Jim, tell me a little bit about the park. How many acres do we have out here?
Well, the reservoir consists of 405 acres, 177 of which is water. It's owned by the Indiana American Water Company, and it's maintained by the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department. And if you'd like to, jump in a truck here and take you for a tour of the facility.
Sounds good to me. Off we go.
Okay, we're heading now back towards where the prop busters fly remote control airplanes. They have been here at the park since 1971. They've flown out here at the reservoir. They started, I believe, in 1969 or 68 is when they started in existence, but they moved out here in 1971. They're a user group of the facility. They do some things here at the park or within the park department to justify their usage.
We have a lot of barter systems with the park for people that use our facilities. They in turn do work to pay for right. their usage. They're good community citizens. This is the way we go back to see the movies too.
Correct. Yeah, we have outdoor movies that's held out here at the reservoir. This year we held 2 out here and 2 down at Star Jeanette. As a matter of fact, our next movie is down at the Star Jeanette area, which is being held on August the 19th, and that's The Shaggy Dog.
And that's in conjunction with our bicentennial
right.
week. Yeah. Back here we also have a shelter. And are people allowed to rent this shelter out too?
Yeah, this shelter, the prop busters constructed in 1989, and when they're not using it, we have a list of their events, and when they don't have it reserved for their self, it is available for rental.
Great place if somebody wants to have a ball game or play something with a lot of room. There's lots of activity for the kids, room for them to roam with. Woods to explore, as long as they don't get too close to the reservoir.
This shelter here will accommodate approximately 40 people, and like I said, it's rentable, and you can do that at the park office at Glen Miller Park.
Our park system is divided into 3 districts, and the group that oversees the reservoir, they do the trails and the downtown area.
They do the trails, Bicentennial Park, they do Springwood Lake. They're the outdoor recreation district.
They have a large area to take care of it, and obviously they do a great job because everything's mowed, and even with all the wet weather we've had this year, all of our park employees have done a great job keeping up with it. So we truly appreciate that. For the good of the public.
Our chauffeur today is Mike Parker. He's the outdoor recreation crew leader, and he's head of the maintenance area for all of this district. And
now as we get back up here to the front again, where are we going to put the Bark Park?
The Bark Park will go right here to our left. In this, as you can see,
we're going to expand that too,
right, we're going to expand this fenced-in area. This was fenced in several years ago for a remote control car group that was using the facility. And they kind of disbanded about a year or so after we put this fence up. So it really hasn't been used for several years. And we're going to extend the fencing from this existing pin and enlarging it all the way down just past the water spigot there you can see, and over to the light pole and back down to give a nice large area for the dogs to roam freely.
We have restrooms.
Yes, we do.
We do. And we have 2 other shelters out here. There's a cabin and then another open air.
Well, we have 2 open airs and then the cabin.
And those are, if anybody wants to rent those, can just call the park office. They're available. They are certainly open to the public.
The reservoir cabin here, which is an enclosed facility, has a stove and refrigerator. There is no running water though. But it holds approximately 54 people in it. So.
Now we're coming to the playground at the reservoir, and this is a handicap accessible playground. Actually, it was put here by a group of volunteers that felt there was a need for this in the community, and they raised money through the McDonald's, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
There was $75,000 invested in this, and it's not just for kids with disability. It truly is for everybody. We've just resurfaced, I believe, a year ago.
Yeah, in 2004 we put down a new falling surface, wood chips over pea gravel, and that was basically done due to the other had deteriorated and to bring it up to code. Super Park was built and dedicated either 1992 or 1993, and it's used quite freely by the citizens of the community.
I know June and Galen Miller and their son Mick was very instrumental in getting this done. And
there's a signage over there that lists all the ones that helped. There's too many to mention, but there's quite a few that contributed to this.
And there's a shelter
facility.
back behind that
That's
too.
another
that
open air facility. Yes.
Overlooks the reservoir. I've been to a couple picnics there this year with different people. So this park is probably certainly utilized, but underutilized, because there's a lot out here for people to do. We just need to get them out here and show them what we have, kind of our diamond in the rough.
Yeah, a lot of the fishermen call it Richmond's best kept secret, because there's a lot of big fish out there in that lake that it's just waiting to be caught.
Well, where else do we have to show them here in the park?
Well, we can go around to the service center.
Okay.
And
we're ready. Even in the winter, this place. Now tell us this about fishing. We have to be open year-round?
The reservoir is stocked and maintained by DNR, so we have to meet their specifications of having accessibility of 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We do keep the gate open throughout the winter. The service center operates from April through end of October, but people fish all year round out here. We don't encourage ice fishing as going out onto the lake, but people do go out onto the docks. The docks and the fishing piers and fish off of those.
And there's no swimming out here.
No swimming. There's some
no
rules.
No contact with
no
the
body
water.
contact. There's some rules that the Indian American Water Company has enforced or has asked us to enforce. One of those is a 6 horsepower motor is the maximum. That's basically to eliminate erosion from the shoreline, and no body contact, because actually the reservoir gives us about 60% of our drinking water comes from here. So, and the water company, they chemically treat it, algicide and different things, different times of the year. So,
when we get back here, when I was a wee child at Pleasant View, they were building this. They were building the dam. And we used to walk over from Pleasant View to collect our fossils. And one of the events that I was at this summer, the gal that's in charge of 21st Century Scholars, she also went to Pleasant View with me, and we talked about how young we were that we could remember that. And it's still here and going strong. So
yes, it is.
This is a quiet day out here, but you see many cars in the parking lot. People are certainly using, and they enjoy it. And they're always giving us suggestions on how we can improve it, and we try to listen to them.
Yes, we
Make
do.
it a user-friendly park for all people. So,
staff here at the Reservoir Service Center is open to any suggestions. They relay them to me, and we look at the suggestions.
So now we're going to go into
the service center.
Okay. We're now here going into the service center, but on our way in is the fish house. And Jim, wasn't this built with funds from the advisory committee several years ago?
Yeah, and I can't remember exactly when it was built.
It's been here quite a while, 15 years or so?
Yeah, at least. It's a fish cleaning station, and basically what you catch out here, you can come over here and clean it and take it home and have dinner.
And you don't have to take all the rest of the stuff with you, so it makes it really nice. And that's what that's what the fishermen wanted. So we were eager to please, and so we did that.
There's someone
when
in there
we
now.
go into our service center, let's talk a little bit about it, then we'll go in and let the people see what it looks like. But in there you offer bait.
We offer bait and tackle, small version of that. We have a concession area where in the morning time we serve biscuits and gravy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What time's that?
They start when we open up at 7 o'clock. Biscuits and gravy, and then in the lunchtime and dinner hour we have hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken sandwiches and popcorn. Well, not popcorn. We have ice cream and different snacks and drinks.
Now, can you rent boats here?
We have rowboats that's rentable. They're rented on the hourly basis, and the fee for those are, let me get my notes here, $3.75, and with a
For an hour?
For an hour.
Wow.
Each additional hour is $2, and a $2 improvement fee.
And then children have to have life jackets on?
We give life jackets to everyone,
Everybody,
and we ask
okay.
them all to have them.
Good.
For safety.
And then what about fishing poles? And
We have fishing poles rentable here, and they can do those for $2.
They also need to bring a driver's license or something to show for ID?
For ID. We don't charge to fish here, but everyone that does needs to have a Indiana fishing license.
Even if they just come out and rent and try it out?
You wouldn't have to have a license just to come and try out a boat or something, but if you want to fish, you need to have a fishing license. We do.
And they buy those where?
We used to sell them here, but there was a change in format from the DNR on the fishing license, so we decided not to sell them here any longer. So they'll have to get them probably at Walmart and some of the other places around. I know Mendenhall sells them.
Mendenhall has them, that's right. Okay, but everybody that fishes regularly has to have a license?
Over the age of 17 to 65 must have a fishing license.
Okay.
You're exempt from a fishing license if you're under 17 or over 65.
Oh, okay.
And if you're disabled.
Okay. So let's go into the service center and see what it looks like in there.
Yeah,
okay.
come on in.
Well, here we are inside the service center. This is kind of cool in here.
Yeah, it is.
Look at all the different things we have to do. Why don't you introduce the world to who we have working out
All
here?
right, well, we have Nelson Burton and his wife Alberta Burton. Alberta's our manager at this present time. Nelson has been with us for how many years, Nelson?
About 12 years.
12 years. Alberta, you've been with us how long?
6 or 7. I've lost track.
6 or 7 years. Time goes fast, doesn't it?
This is where we get our food, our kitchen. You start at 7 in the morning serving?
Start at 6 in the morning.
6, oh.
6
Right
a.m.
now, on
Oh,
these
okay.
hours.
And when will that change
In
then?
September, we'll go to 7.
Okay.
Until 5.
Okay. That's great. And then also we have the little concession area where you can just buy anything you need to fish.
Right, we have live bait, night crawlers, minnows, bee larvae. We have hooks, bobbers, sinkers, poles you can actually buy, or you can rent some. We have some fish up here on the wall that has been caught out here at the reservoir.
Cool.
A large
All right.
crappie there and a large bass over there to my right. We have a display tank of fish that has been also caught out here. There's some bluegill in there and crappies, some nice sized crappie and bluegill.
When, about on an average, how many people a day do you see in and out of here?
Oh my goodness, that varies according to the weather. We've had this hot spell that things were a little slow. When fishing is good and the weather is good, it's really hard to give you a figure, to give you an amount, or that because it goes up and down with the weather.
Okay. But you are open year-round now. This
Till
service
October
center
31st.
isn't open till
Yeah.
October 31st. And then when do
31st.
you open it back up?
April the 1st.
April 1st. So
Yeah. And,
Great.
The people just can't hardly wait to get back here on April the 1st because they say they've been in all winter and they want to get out. So we have a lot of good regular people that come in here that and we've made a lot of good friends over the years.
great.
And new people coming in all the time that say, gee, we didn't know this was out here. And so we're glad you're out here promoting this.
Well,
for
we
us.
appreciate all that you do to make it easier for the citizens to have a good time out here. That's very important. So,
Thank you.
well, we're going to go out and look at what we really are here for is the reservoir. That's what gives this place its name. But hopefully we've showed you that it's not just the reservoir. There's other opportunities for fun events that you can be doing out here. So let's go walk outside.
Can we go fishing?
Oh, that's a great idea. Let's go. Here we are. It's a little rainy today, but rain doesn't stop fishermen. Our fishermen are out there, and I hope you guys know when to put those poles. No jumping in the water. No body contact in this water. But you'll notice anyone under 17 has to have a life jacket on, and probably adults, certainly adults that can't swim, should have them on also. We want everybody to be safe and secure out here. Nobody can swim here.
Oh, I meant
Jim, why don't you talk about
the other nut.
how many pontoon slips you have here?
Well, we have 64 dock slips, 4 of which are geared for sailboats, which are here on the end. So that leaves us with 60 slips within there for pontoons. This year we have 43 rented out of the 60. Indiana American Water Company, they keep their boat out here, of course, and we have a boat that we use to go out if there's an emergency or whatever.
Do we still have paddle boats out here?
No, we have paddle boats. They have all been vandalized or damaged over the years, so we're looking at replacing those. There's a lot of, like I said earlier, DNR stocks the reservoir. There is a wide variety of fish that's caught out here, ranging from largemouth bass, northern pike, straggler bass, bluegill, channel cat, white crappie, long-eared sunfish, golden
Is that grandpa
shiners.
fish still here?
He's probably still in here.
There's the grandpa fish that's supposed to weigh about 20 pounds or so. Have we had any sightings of him? No? Where do you think? Oh.
You haven't had them.
No, I caught it last year, but it got away.
Oh.
Yeah, it got away.
And how long was it?
It was at least 3 foot long.
At least 3 foot
At
long.
least 3 foot long.
You're fine, guys.
The docks there where the pontoons, they were put in 1989, my records recall, with a bond issue. There was piers on the end which have been relocated in 1995. Over here is one of the piers, and all of them were put in handicap accessible.
Now they're on the east side of the reservoir. There's homes built. That's on Middlefork Pike.
Mm-hmm.
They're not allowed to have docks into the water, are they?
No, that they shouldn't.
It's just
Basically,
simply
the water
here.
company owns, I believe it's 20 feet up from the shoreline,
Okay.
up onto their property line.
We had a little boat trouble here, but now we're up and running again. But I want you to know it took a woman, all these men on the boat, but a woman got the boat started. So we certainly appreciate you. Why don't you introduce yourself to all the people out there?
I'm Jane DeVito.
And Jane is the one that knows how to keep this boat going. So tell us more about what we're doing. We're just out here on 177 acres of water,
Of
right?
water.
And you can come out here. Can you come out here at night in your boat?
Yeah, there's fishermen that fish all night long out here. Like I said, the service center closes at a certain time, but fishermen is welcome at any time.
Do we have any tournaments out here, or?
We offer crappie tournaments, bluegill tournaments, and bass tournaments, and there's a bass group that holds several bass tournaments during the year.
We have a couple things for children, don't we, that gets them acclimated. Don't we have a children's
We have a
fishing
Hook a
tour-
Kid on Fishing, which is something our outdoor rec coordinator Keith Morey runs. That happened last month, so it's already passed. And I believe he had a couple hundred participants in that. It's grown over the years.
200 kids out here fishing?
Yeah.
Wow, cool. I know the one time I was out here, they showed like along the edges, sometimes you see trees that have fallen over, but they leave them there because that creates a haven for the fish.
Correct.
Yeah, pretty back in there.
That is.
So peaceful.
very peaceful. This is really very nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. Last night, full moon. Oh, just shimmered across the water. Oh gosh, it was gorgeous.
We're not going to go into that on TV.
We got mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're pretty prevalent
because
high
of the
time the year. Now you can go all the way back to 227, but you can't go on the other side. That's too shallow, isn't it? Yeah.
You get real shallow once you make the bend up here.
So if you were just out here taking a little cruise on the reservoir to go all the way around, what would that take?
45 minutes.
45 minutes? In Richmond, Indiana, I think we're very, very fortunate to have what we have. And we have all these flying animals around here.
Oh, the herons are gorgeous.
Are they?
Oh, there's a white one out here that perches up in the trees.
When do they start? Now these don't go south in the winter. Don't they stay with us?
I think so.
But there's some of them that stop through on their way down from north. There's our agile fishermen.
You like to drive the boat?
No, that's fine. You just stay there. You're the woman of the hour. Well, Jim, do we have anything else to tell them about the reservoir? I mean, this is just so peaceful. We're going to quit talking.
Very relaxing. Very relaxing.
It is a beautiful, beautiful place to come.
It is. Thank you very much.
One comment I would like to make is
Everybody is so
nicest people out
polite.
here.
What was that?
Some of the nicest people you can ever meet will be out here.
Are all the
Everybody's very helpful.
it's like family out here.
Yeah, it's like one big family.
Boat
The,
etiquette is absolutely
the other
awesome.
boat owners, are most of them from Richmond, or are they from various places?
We have them from all over Ohio, Richmond, Eaton, Ohio, New Paris. So they come
And we
from all
still
over.
have the advisory board where
Well, that's something that has kind of disbanded about a year and a half ago. The interest was lost. Hopefully that gets back.
I think we have some new takers here
Yeah.
that we could get more people involved in seeing what other things and other opportunities that we would have out here.
That's what we'd love to see. The input from the community, joining the advisory board, giving us their suggestions on improvements. We look forward to them.
Jim, I'll take a few minutes. You are our new assistant superintendent.
Same.
For years we felt that we needed one, but what is that? Oh, I thought it was an alligator.
Well, let's hope not.
Excuse me. But what is your position? You're going to oversee all the maintenance and kind of coordinate better.
Right.
They already do a great job.
Yes,
we have
they do.
great
Yes,
park
they do.
employees.
Yeah, my job is to oversee the maintenance division of the park department.
And will you still have the reservoir? You know, you've been known as the Pool King and Clear Creek Park King for all these years. Haven't you been with the park about 14 years?
Yeah, I have. Before getting the assistant superintendent's job, I was, in which I still am doing, the sports fitness area, which is the sports leagues, the volleyball, softball, basketball, the reservoir here, the Cordell Pool, the concession operations.
Oh, what did you do in your spare time?
I didn't fish.
Well, we appreciate what you do, and I hate to tell you this, but you're probably going to have to keep the pool because you do a good job at that. So
All right, if you
we
say
appreciate
so.
it. I got him out in the middle of the lake. What else can he say? You know? If you ever want to see shore again, what else do we need out of Jim? Well, I think we're just going to sit back and relax now and enjoy this. We'll show you scenes of the reservoir, but thank you for joining us. We hope you've learned, and I hope you come out and really check it out in person. Your children will love it, your grandkids. Please feel free anytime, day and night, they say. You can come out here, but in the daytime it's great. And come out, have a picnic, find a friend that has a boat, let them take you out on it. Maybe you'll want to buy one. Here's saying goodbye from City Connections, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.